As the great Montel Jordan once said, this is how we do it, and that is exactly how it is done. Amy Fiddle, Mark Jackson alongside Sixers Post-Game Live, brought to you by Cure Auto Insurance. Mark, they got it done. This was a must-win. You got to beat this Thunder squad, who's clearly tanking, right?
They're clearly tanking. It was a must-win, and they did it in good fashion. Good job by the Sixers getting off the 4-game skid.
Let's check in with Dwight Howard after this one with our Mark Zumoff.
Hey, how does it feel to end that 4-game losing streak? I know it was weighing on your mind and probably the minds of all the players.
Yes, we don't like losing, games, especially 2 games in a row, but losing 4 felt really bad for us. So we wanted to come out tonight with a lot of energy, a lot of effort and intensity, and we got a good win against a team that's rebuilding. But this was more so tonight for us tonight.
Joel Embiid played tonight with what appeared to be a sore right shoulder. He kept flexing it. How did he look to you? Did he tell you how he feels?
Yeah, he was carrying the load today, so his little shoulder was hurting. But he'll be all right. Joel's tough. He's been playing great all year. He's been shooting so many shots. That's probably why his shoulder was a little
Are you
sore.
implying he's shooting too many shots?
No, never. He can shoot more. He got touched, so I think he's shooting a little bit more shots tonight than normal. So his shoulder might have been a little sore.
So Joe playing with an injury against a team that you could probably beat without him. Now you're coming down the stretch. Is that top seed valuable enough that guys will play with aches and pains, even though you want to rest and be your best for the playoffs?
I think the most important thing is coming into the playoffs, hot. You see a lot of these teams now, they're starting to, play a lot better. They're peaking at the mark in the season. And I think for us heading into the playoffs, we want to make sure we go into the playoffs crisp and sharp on both ends of the floor. Defensively, communication, talking loud, being up on pick and rolls and stuff like that. These are the times in games right now where we lock in on what's about to happen. We can't focus on, where we'll be as far as the place, but at the end of the season, we want to be the #1 team. So at the end of the playoffs, we want to be the #1 team. That is the mission.
By the way, as you know, the Wendy's Frosty freeze out. When an opponent misses consecutive free throws, you get a free Frosty. Are you going to Wendy's tomorrow for your Frosty?
I am going to Wendy's tonight and tomorrow, and I'm bringing Mark Jackson because I know he won't buy 3 or 4 milkshakes.
Dwight Howard, thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, y'all. Have a great one. Mark, let's play one-on-one, man. I miss you.
All right, so first of all, you guys are going to go get Frosties together, and now you're going to play one-on-one. I got your new best buddy there with Dwight Howard.
Look, man, like I told you, Amy, I first met Dwight when he was 17 in high school at the NBA Top 100 camp. And he asked me, he said, big guy, can we work out before camp start? But camp started at 8. He met me like 6 a.m. consistently. So I've known Dwight for a long time, and I'm so proud of the player he's developed into. And more importantly, I'm proud of the leader he's developed into.
He called you big man. He was 17 and the same size that he is now. So those must have been fun workouts. Let's check in with one of the guys you heard asking Dwight the questions. That would be Mark Zumoff, joined by his broadcast partner, Ala Abdinabi, as we cross it over. And, guys, we talked pregame. Sixers starters, you wanted to go ahead and get them in the game, get off to the hot start, and get them some rest. They must have hurt us because that's exactly what they did tonight.
No doubt. This was perfect. As you asked before the game, Amy, about Oklahoma City being the perfect opponent. Clearly, that is the case. All of the Sixers were excellent defensively. They came up with all those steals. And really, the Thunder had no chance. And it was, as Amy described, the perfect scenario. Get rest for the starters, win big, end the losing streak, and start a win streak.
Yeah, without Gilgeous-Alexander and without Dort, they really didn't have much offensively. So you figured you'd attack them. They weren't very big. Either the guys that were there seemed at least that they, guys like Pokachevsky were a little bit light, where you can push them around and kind of get where you wanted to out on the floor. So I thought the 76ers were excellent. We talked about it pregame. What I wanted to see was everyone heading back into that locker room feeling a little bit more positive about themselves individually and collectively. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, they've got their heads held high, and now they face a very good Hawks squad who has been a completely different team since Nate McMillan took over. How do you have to kind of adjust yourself and be like, all right, that was a game, we loved it, we got it, the Thunder win, but now we have to really focus for this Hawks team?
I think that's what you do in the NBA. If you win big against an inferior opponent, now you have the Atlanta Hawks, who are a serious opponent. You have to get serious yourself. They played very well under Nate McMillan. In fact, 20-7 going into action tonight. I know the Hawks were in action at Detroit. So another thing I think, Ala, is who knows who the Hawks are going to field. I don't know who they're playing with tonight, but they've had a lot of injuries. Trae Young has been out, Lou Williams, just to name a couple of guys, and obviously they're two very important players for Atlanta.
Well, and even with Lloyd Pierce at the helm, the 76ers always had a hard time with the Hawks. They always seem to get up for them and give them troubles. A lot of it stemmed from having Trae Young, and then you talk about having guys like John Collins being able to finish as well. So this is a team that always plays well. You can't overlook them. This is a different team than the Oklahoma City team. You've got to be ready for them.
Absolutely, and we will be ready to see you guys for that game on Wednesday. Thanks so much, Sue. Thanks so much, Ala.
Thank you.
You got it.
All right, the Sixers get the win. They snap that 4-game losing streak. That is big, and you know what that means. We're going to play the song for you, everyone. We're going to take our first time out here on Sixers Post Game Live. We're going to hear from Doc Rivers after his team's win. This is the best song. Let's just clap hands and enjoy it. We'll be right back here on Sixers Post Game Live, brought to you by Cure Auto Insurance.
Everybody for Philadelphia.
Sixers Post Game Live is presented by Cure Auto Insurance. See how much you